think I had a little technical hiccup there for a minute, but hello everyone, welcome to the Friday Night Craft and Chill. We're going to be crafting, going to be chilling. Oh, and now I'm having all kinds of problems here. Why is there sound coming through that? That's nuts. Okay, that should be better. This is not, I don't know what happened. My backstage screen in YouTube is screwy. It looks like a normal, like I'm watching the video. Why am I not just... Does everything sound cool? Sound is good. This is strange, man. Hold on, let me see if I can go back to where I should be. Okay, here we go. Why this when I have me? Yeah, man, exactly. That's what I'm saying. I gotta remind myself all the time. Ed, how are you doing? Sound is good, thank you, Ed. I have a Mac, so I did like the weird swipey thing and swiped at the window and out of existence. Okay, so yeah, I'm just gonna start playing around with this real quick. I hope everyone had a excellent Christmas and holiday. I ate too much, but it was pretty good overall. Hi, it's me, is that you? Yeah, I figured out that was hi, it's me. Although, this name is much harder to say than hi, it's me. Like, reading it, I feel like I'm having a stroke. Why this when I have me? It's easy to say, it's just hard to read it all together like that. Lots of fun this Christmas, yeah. Yeah, it was pretty good. I cooked baked ziti. I made turkey breast. Made some chocolate mousse, sort of mousse. It's like cheap chocolate mousse, but it came out pretty good. And some, some basic stuff. And then some cinnamon crumble cake mix thing that was pretty darn good. Let me see, I need a picture of what I'm trying to do here. So let me... Oh yeah, am I gonna mess everything up again? Probably. Probably so. Oh, wait a minute. I need to put live chat on to see if Fat Red was here. There he is. He came at the end. He just came in, but Fat Red's there. I have to switch the chat on to live to see our shadow banned friend. Okay, I'm going to... So I was talking to Ed about it, but this week the old eBay has been doing a little something. I got some of that older stuff on there that I priced it a little bit lower than I might normally, and sold a few things, which has been kind of nice. I don't want that. I want the stuff I sold already so I could see a picture of it. Yeah. So I was rebuilding one of these, and it's pretty much exactly the same as the other one, but I was looking at it and I kind of like the way it looks just dark like this instead of dry brushing it lighter like the other one. So I don't know what I'm doing with that. Maybe I'll do one of each, but I kind of like that. It's not as dynamic, right? You know, because it's just the brown. It doesn't have any kind of highlight. I suppose I can go around edges and like make some wear or something like that, but I don't know. Kind of like the darker color. And this thing that is quite detailed in the carving. But like I said, I've had some of this stuff for a while, and I wanted to price it so it would sell. And it sold today. But I'm gonna rebuild these, or close approximations, maybe not exact. I'm gonna try to rebuild everything. So how's everyone doing? Did anyone work today, or is this still kind of like the post Christmas holiday? Thank you, it's me. I know people with fancy jobs might not have worked today. Fancy jobs and teachers. But I was still scheduled to go in. Yeah, Ed, that's a good idea. Look at Ed putting a link up for my eBay. Let's go ahead and pin that. Thank you, Ed. I swear I'm going to start building something as soon as I can find what I'm looking for. This is selling. This is already sold. I'm just looking for pictures. Okay, here we go. Okay. Really? No pencil? The new episode of Stranger Things. You know, I don't have Netflix right now, but when all the episodes... They're not dropping them all at once, right? They're going to tease them out slowly. I'll probably... I mean, I've seen all the other seasons, so I'll probably get it for like a week or a month or something to watch Stranger Things. What are we doing here? This is like that. I so do not need to replicate this pattern off the other one I did, but I'm doing it anyway. And it's not exact, but it's close. 4 have been released before yesterday. They released 3. New Year's released the final episode. Okay, cool. Yeah, I like that show a lot. I think probably the earlier seasons, like I liked season 1 and 2 more, but yeah, I could watch the whole thing. I'm really not that picky when it comes to things like that. I love the 80s nostalgia vibe. So many things I saw in that show were just like straight out of my childhood. That's pretty much the basic outline for the base. We'll have to carve into that quite a bit. Yeah, we'll save this for a little bit later, or maybe even another session. 5th season's on another level than the others. Truly planned and not hurried. Good. Yeah, look, the writers on that show were good. I mean, I'm not saying I hated the later seasons either. I just liked the first one a little bit more. I kind of liked when 11 was super scary. And as they kind of softened the character of 11 a little bit, I kind of didn't like that. Because you were like... It was kind of unusual, right? You were scared of a little girl. Watching the show, I mean, you're not terrified, but just pretty scary as a character. Tuesday or Wednesday. Yeah, that's cool, Ed. Thank you very much for that, man. I still got a few, but that's just enough to do like maybe one diorama. I pulled stuff down from the closet and from some shelves I have, and I was like, man, maybe there's some other stuff here. It's like I have a mental block against putting stuff up for sale. But as I looked through stuff, I was like, okay, there's quite a few items here. Most of them are not quite ready to sell. You know, they need magnets, they need maybe a little bit of finishing work that would be out of sight from, you know, when I took pictures of them or whatever. But, okay, I just stopped. I didn't carve all the way around on this one. That's interesting. We'll go with that. Like I have this hallway I did for some hallway shots on my Instagram years ago. I did Kakashi and Sasuke from Naruto, you know, and they were standing down the hallway. And it's a weird diorama to sell, right? Because it's like two sides and a back, and it's long and narrow. It's not really ideal to stick on a shelf, but it looked really cool to take pictures of. And I was like, you know, I was like, how am I going to sell that? Maybe I won't. And I was like, wait a minute. I actually have like, I could make 3 dioramas out of that one. Just got to build some floors and stuff, and it'll be good to go. The stonework on it was actually pretty good. Who do we got here? Unknown RC. What's going on, Unknown RC? And Eduardo with the Dr. Peppers in the chat. How you doing, Eduardo? Let me see. Yeah, just a random pile of dioramas here. So yeah, this one, it's like the floor, and then you got these 2 sides, you know, like that. And then this piece goes on the end, which is not going to work. And there was actually, I had some pictures of myself taken, or I did the pictures, I should say. Yeah, there's a picture of me, like this, like reaching for something. And that was actually in, what was that magazine? Toytography magazine. It's a very small magazine, but the guy like asked me if I would do a tutorial for him, and that was the picture we used. But I was pulled these out, and I was like, dude, these are actually pretty cool. Like this is some of probably the more subtly painted. It's kind of hard to tell on the camera, but the wood doors are actually. It's funny how the sides don't match. They're like different, but you know they were on either side of the hallway. You know that right there. That's a decent shelf display. Or even like that with the side. And then I can just make another floor for this guy. I don't know. I just don't think anyone's going to want the hallway set up because it's awkward for a shelf. But you never know. Fat Red's going crazy over here in the chat. Another weird one was this thing. And this is just like, goes like this. And then there's stairs that go up here. And this is kind of a funny thing because it actually goes with this guy right here. What this was like a stone dock, basically. And this may come as a shock, but I never finished the whole idea. So it was going to be like, you know, you'd come down from the street, you'd come down to the dock, and there'd be a couple of these coming off of here. And, you know, you'd have your, like, you know, your barrels and your crates and stuff around. And then you can do, like, you know, some fake water and stuff and have a whole kind of scene set up. Actually, that does look pretty cool. Just like that, but I just kind of stuck it on a shelf and never did anything with it. I don't know how many years ago that was. This back piece is pretty much done. It just needs, I don't know, either magnets or some form of fitments. Hardware. Kenzo, what's going on, Kenzo? I did have a pretty good Christmas. I hope you had a good Christmas too, man. Photography buffs would like the hallway. Starboy Station just built a hallway with a mirror at the back, and it's making vents. Okay, cool. Yeah, Fat Red, you're probably right, and I should be less wooden when I try to sell stuff. Just throw it up, and between the Plunderbeaks and the new Mythic Legions, it's all pirate-esque. Yeah, Ed, that's a thought. I mean, if I do that as like a set, that would be a lot more impressive and might, you know, be able to bundle it together for a nice set to do, maybe at a slightly higher price point, because it is nicer to ship something that's a little bit more than, you know, onesie twosie. So that's actually a thought, Ed. That is actually a thought. And what was it that you said? Plunderbeaks and the new Mythic Legions. I have no idea what Plunderbeaks are. Never saw that. All right. You know what's crazy? Out of all the stuff I've gotten over the years, I feel so excited that I reordered and bought more of these blades. I feel like reinvigorated now that I have more blades. This same 50-pack of blades since I restarted Random Diorama in 2021 has been what I've been carving with. Just this, I mean, 50 blades is a lot, obviously. And I had some other, you know, disposables here and there. But yeah, having a new pack of blades, it's a great feeling. Ah, the little things. Sent you a link for Plunderbeaks. Beard is really coming back fast. Thank you. It does do that, Fat Red. And what's crazy about this is, I don't know if you noticed, but I shaved it way down. Like, it was almost here before, and I shaved it way down, and it's come back again. So it would be almost twice the length it is right now if I didn't do that. But yeah, it grows pretty quick. Did I do this whole thing like screwed up a little bit? Yes, I did, but that's okay. We're just gonna extend that, and we'll be golden. Avatar 3. Have I even seen the second one? I liked the first movie. I don't think I even saw the second one. I think I got the edges, Ed. Because I measured. Yeah, the edges are okay. Almost right to it, because I put the piece up later, and that's kind of what gave it away in my brain. I was like, uh-oh, I don't think this was right. But it's an imperfect process, man. Trust the process. Yeah. I can trust the process, I just might not trust myself. Yeah, probably, Ed. You know, doing a whole dock complex like that now sounds really cool in my mind. I keep, like, when I go to sell things, I always try to simplify. Like, I don't understand that. I guess the catwalk playset wasn't like that, though. It had lots of pieces. But, like, I've never been someone that wanted to do... You know, lots of guys were doing, like, the whole street corner dios and all that. And, I mean, maybe I'll do... I've built some, but I never wanted to deal with selling that and all the pieces and having it not get broken and... I don't know. But a whole dock set does sound really cool, actually. And I haven't seen one, which is good. Oh, I haven't seen one except the one I built 3 years ago, or 2... Yeah, 3 years ago. Just been kicking around. Random diorama, not precise diorama. Geez, yeah. I think Ed would say it's not well-planned diorama, but it's the same dang thing, Kenny. You are correct. Sheesh, Ed. Rush. I love watching you work. Thank you, man. That's good to hear, actually, because I spend a lot of time thinking I should talk more, and then I'm like, nah. It would be different, you know? Just sometimes I can't talk and do things at the same time, so it is what it is. I didn't even know Rush was still alive, Eduardo. Geddy Lee. Logic Blaster, hey Random, always love your creativity. Please keep doing what you're doing. Thank you, Logic Blaster. Mr. Wonderful here too. What's going on, Travis? How you doing, man? Yeah, I think I sent a DM to Travis earlier, Mr. Wonderful. It's like I got 6 3D printers or something like that, and I'm just sitting here at carbon styrofoam with a knife again, but it's never really stopped, I suppose. I do kind of like doing it. Making a bunch of stuff to decorate my room after I paint it. Oh, that's cool. Right now, random, I'm working on building a modular backstage locker room for the wrestling figures. Very cool. Travis, I have gotten over the years, you know, maybe not like a ton, but a fair amount of requests to do lockers and stuff like that for the wrestling figures. So I definitely know there's some market for that. Lockers are a thing. For sure. I think anytime you do things with moving parts, people kind of like that. You know, opening door. Do you know what you're going to do for the hinges? Are you trying to make the hinges plastic, or are you trying to use like extra hardware that you're going to use for the hinges that's not 3D printed? Or do the doors not open, which is also an option for some. It doesn't have to be functional, right? Also going to be where I do my reviews. Cool, cool. Yeah, that would definitely work. .3D paint a drop pin mechanism. Okay, cool. Michael Dumas. How you doing, Michael? Hope you had a good Christmas. Most will be open style like football. Okay, got you, got you. Great Christmas. Had Christmas dinner at Graceland. That's pretty wild. Now we know 3 things that Eduardo loves: Dr. Pepper, Rush, and floating yellow chairs. It's fair. I found this along with a stack of other albums about 17 years ago in the garbage, which is crazy when you think about how much records cost now. Moving Pictures, yep. Now they have like trash porters around here, but when I first moved in here, they had, you take your trash down to the curb and you just leave it out there. And when I would drink beer in the morning, I would just walk around. Yeah, I used to drink beer early in the morning. I would just walk around on the trash days and I would find all kinds of crazy stuff. I found a box with a Super Nintendo and about 20 games in it. It wasn't all Super Nintendo games. Some of it was NES. I found an N64 mint box, just the box for the system, which I think is like, I don't know, probably like 40, 50 bucks now. But I used to find some crazy cool stuff in the trash. When I think about that video game box, I didn't think about it at the time, but that had to be someone broke up with someone and the girlfriend didn't care about his video games and just chucked them all out. I don't think anyone in their right mind would throw out anyone that knew anything about it would throw out a box with the Super Nintendo and all those games in it. I mean, yeah, they were older and games weren't quite as collectible. You're talking around 2008, 2009. They were collectible, but it wasn't, crazy like it is now. eBay wasn't as common knowledge to people if they weren't an internet nerd. Either that or a kid got in trouble and mom trashed it. I mean, maybe, but in 2008 to have a Super Nintendo, that's not a kid, right? I mean, Super Nintendo came out in 1990. So in 2008, that had to be a 20-something. At least a 20-something that had it. And the other thing about that is this apartment that I'm in, there's plenty of families that live here now, but when I moved in here, it was all singles. It was mostly like college-age people or, you know, working singles. Some couples, usually without kids. This area, it used to be pretty easy to afford a house, 20 years ago, 17 years ago. So when people got married or when they started having kids, they would almost always just immediately move into a house. So these apartments, now it's like flooded with kids and families because it's hard to afford rent with just one person these days, unless you have a really good job. But, or you're a frugal bastard like me. But yeah, back then, I hardly ever saw kids around here. Like the school bus would come by, there'd be like 3 or 4 kids out there for this whole giant place. Now there's like 40 or 50. It's crazy in the morning sometimes. They're waiting on both sides of the street and multiple buses. Eat some schnitzel. Very cool. So Briscoe's not here. Wait, is Briscoe here? No, Briscoe's not here. I didn't see him yet. Did anyone watch, what did everyone watch for the Christmas movies this year? Anything? I finally watched Home Alone. It's been, I don't even know. It has probably been 20 years since I watched Home Alone. I watched that last night. We watched Die Hard. We watched, didn't make it through Miracle on 34th Street. I fell asleep. First half of it, though. And what were some other ones that we watched? We watched White Christmas. My mom wanted to see it because of Bing Crosby. Red One. I saw Red One. That was pretty good. I liked Red One. My mom just kept saying it was science fiction. This is science fiction. I'm like, oh, yeah. I mean, I guess a little bit. A little bit. I wouldn't have thought of it like that, but I suppose so. Home Alone for the first time, too. I've seen it before, man, but it was a long time ago. I mean, as a kid, that was like the movie. I'm pretty sure I showed this on here before, but look at that guy, huh? I don't know what year that is, but that's little Jonathan receiving Sega Game Gear. Look at that spoiled kid with the Sega Game Gear. I don't know, whatever year Game Gear came out, I guess, is when I got that. I don't have it anymore, unfortunately. I have quite a few systems, but I didn't keep any of the portables. Never got on the TV, I guess, was always outside. Yeah, I was outside a lot, too. But there were some things, you know. My dad kind of, made me watch things like, he made me watch Charlie Chaplin, he made me watch the Marx Brothers, he made me watch and I liked all of it. You know, he made me watch The Exorcist, which scared the crap out of me. Aliens. Some Abbott and Costello. The Blob. Attack of the Killer Tomatoes. Night of the Living Dead. You know, all that kind of classic stuff. Yeah, that's kind of it, Ed, right? Like in the middle of winter, you're not going out much. I mean, you might go out for a little bit, but your winter time, you stayed inside, watched a lot of movies, or played a board game or whatever. I was partial to Legos myself. I mean, I spent plenty of time frolicking in the snow, don't get me wrong. Very warm where I live. Today was 63 degrees. So actually, Texas is crazy, right? I'm in Texas now, and it was in the 80s today. I mean, it is just straight up crazy. It's going to be 35 degrees in like 2 days from now, but today it was like 83. So, whatever with that. What am I doing here? Do I want to carve this door now? That's gonna be a pain in the butt. Seems like a crime. It's winter, right? Yeah, I can't stand it. We got 2 inches of ice today, topped with 3 inches of snow. Yeah, see, Ed, I'm hoping we get something. Hoping we get something, but I'm not gonna hold my breath around here. Hated winter in Texas, like you said. Yeah, 81. There's always this weird day or weird week where it just jumps up to the 80s and then goes back into the 30s, sometimes 20s. You know, it's just like, what is going on here? In New York, it gets colder, stays cold, then it gets warmer and stays warm. You know, and you have also in New York, you have nighttime, right? Nighttime is the thing during the summer. If it's 95 degrees during the day, which is a hot day in New York, all of a sudden at nighttime it'll go down to 70 and you can go for a nice walk. But in Texas, where it gets to, even if it's like 105 in the day, which is a pretty hot day, but it happens many times per year generally, it will be 95 degrees at 11 o'clock at night. It doesn't make any sense. The sun goes down and it just stays hot. It does not cool off. By the time you get to like 3 in the morning, maybe it'll be like 82 degrees or something like that. And then it starts over again, when the sun comes up. In New York, as soon as it's like you're getting towards like 6 or 7 o'clock, it's cooling off. You might feel a breeze. You got the ocean right there too. Sunday high is 69, Monday is 29. Yeah. Yeah, summer nights and early mornings in New York are great, for sure. For sure. A lot of people down here, they're like, oh, I like the heat. I wouldn't want to deal with all the cold. And it's like, you know, I get it. For driving, especially if you're in Texas, where when it snows, the world explodes as far as driving and traffic is concerned. I can understand that kind of. But just as like ambiance and normal seasons, I do miss that. Alright, where this is going to end up, I have no idea, but we're just going to... Miss the seasons the most. Up here, fall is fall, summer is summer, right? I mean, you could say, I guess if you want to call it in Texas, you pretty much have 2 seasons, summer and winter, but it's still schizophrenic. The winter is schizophrenic. Summer is not, though. Once it gets hot, it just stays hot. You will get rain, like you just don't know. Some years you'll get rain, usually like in the middle of August. That'll just break up the heat a bit. And you'll get cooler days, and by cooler I mean 95 degrees or 90 degrees. But some years that doesn't happen, you know, until September or October even. A few years ago, it got to like 100 degrees in, I don't know, early or mid-June, and stayed over 100 degrees like all through July, August. Like there might have been 1 or 2 days that it wasn't, but every single freaking day was like 105, 109, 102, 100, 106. Electric bill is like competing with half the rent, you know? It just gets crazy. What the heck, Larry? Damn it, Larry. What's going on, Lawrence? A punk with toys? We have an actual celebrity here today. Do you know who that is? That's a punk with toys, dude. That's crazy. Good to see you, Larry. Hope you had a good Christmas, man. He's kind of a big deal. I know, Ed. I know. All right, Fat Red. You have a good night, man. He even said I'm kind of a big deal. That's too funny. Okay, what am I doing here? I feel like I should have a better plan for this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 inches. Yeah. Oh, I can count that. 1, 2. Yeah, 3. So it's a little short of 6. That's a little bit more than 6. I think that's going to be okay. Oh, wow. That's what I was going for? Yeah, that's crazy. That is crazy talk. I had this guy on a YouTube comment ask me on one of my live streams, what ruler are you using? And it's funny because it was a live stream, and I'm thinking, like, what am I supposed to do with that? Is that a real question, or is this a troll question? It's probably a real question, but you know, I mean, I have no idea what he's referring to. Sometimes I break out I have no idea. So I didn't answer it yet. Plus, it's not like it's a short video, right? It's like a live stream, so 2 hours of video. That's really funny, too, when I get questions about videos that I made years ago. Like, somehow my YouTube shorts are starting to get circulated again. Yeah, the correct answer is all of them, right? I remember I did that ruler challenge years ago to show how many, because I just started piling them up, and I was like, man, how many measuring devices do I have? And I have significantly more now than then. I don't even know how many rulers I have. I mean, what I have here is maybe like a fifth or a sixth of what I actually have, because I have, yardsticks and T-squares and stuff in the garage. I have probably about 5 or 6 tape measures, and I got one of those big 5-foot, the sheetrock. It's like this big metal ruler, but it's meant for cutting sheetrock, and it's great for, cutting big pieces of foam board. Do I have a favorite? It depends what for, Ed. It depends what for. I mean, obviously, these are my favorites right here for doing dioramas. That's why they're right here. Metal edges for cutting. these for measuring square. I use this one all the time to set the hot wire fence too. So sometimes it's really useful to be able to see through the ruler, and sometimes it's really useful to not have the knife jump up and cut your finger, so you use a metal edge. Using these small ones, I love. I mean, as you see me use them forever for doorways and just ease of maneuverability. I don't know what I'm doing here. Do I want this? 3.5. That's like 4. Does it matter if it's slightly off center? I feel like it doesn't. All right. 3.75. Now we're back to how the heck did that happen? 3.75. That's it. Random value slightly off center is okay. I agree with that sentiment. I really do. Really, really do. Been a while since you posted. Glad you're still making dios. Thank you. Yeah, I know I haven't been posting much on Instagram or anywhere. I did put a couple of stories up the last couple of days. I think I might do some more again, but it's just I've been trying to figure out what the heck I'm doing with this. I never stopped doing the live stream here, obviously, but the grind of making content did get to me a little bit, and I had some other stuff I was just trying to work on in life. But yeah, I don't know. I might just do, now that I'm building some more stuff by hand again, I might just do more process videos. When I was really focusing on 3D printing, and I'm still going to do 3D printing, it became increasingly difficult to make content because my content was filming me working on something, and 3D printing, it's all got to be screen capture. I guess some people are kind of into it, but it's not really crafty. It's more, I don't know, design or whatever you want to call it. Not really the same. right, gentlemen, I'm off to bed. Another fun-filled day at the mattress store tomorrow. Have a good night, guys. Yeah, take it easy, Kenzo. Good luck with your mattress endeavors tomorrow. I'm sure that's quite an interesting sound on the microphone. Some people can't stand it. Some people it doesn't bother them at all. I don't know if you guys noticed, but in the beginning, and this is like the first time I've done it in probably over a year, maybe even more than a year, I updated, it might be like 2 years, I updated the member screen, like the opening screen, to reflect who the actual channel members are. I actually like went into Canva. I have not been in Canva. It's been well over a year actually. There, see, look, check it out. Actual current channel members instead of the ones from 2 years ago. Who knows? Who knows? Maybe I'll even make a new screen one of these days, or a new something. I'm just getting wild over here. Largo, greetings, Merry Marvelites. Hope you filthy animals had some good Yuletide shenanigans. I watched Home Alone yesterday, Largo. So, yes. 54-year-old. Good night and keep the flame burning. God bless you all. Yeah, take care, Eduardo. It does get a little harder to stay up sometimes. Sometimes. You go through stages in life like anything else. '80s public access channel called. They want their graphics back. Just kidding. It looks groovy. I'm not changing those graphics, Largo. I like those graphics. But yes, I don't know. Maybe I'll do an icon. Maybe I'll update this Be Right Back screen, although I am kind of partial to it. Oh, look. I need to... There you go. I need to update the channel members on the Be Right Back screen. I forgot they were even there. Wow. Maybe I can update some of the images, but I think Punk in the Bratz card needs to stay. And also depicting Larry's everlasting love of the state of Ohio seems like it kind of needs to stay too. So I don't know what I'm doing with that. I'll have to figure something out. We sure are looking at my bald spot a lot today. The Mighty Mossmobile? I don't know, man. Maybe. For the Mossmobile, I'd need to get Ted to take some pictures of it. I mean, I guess I could find some old pictures. Uh-oh. That's not lining up. That's because I'm tired and being retarded. Okay. No, it should be good. Okay. No, it shouldn't be good. I'm being derpy. Yeah. Alright, that'll be alright. So I chatted with Ted in DMs earlier in the week, or last week, I should say. But just a little bit. Aaron, I have not. Talked to Ted today. Aaron, not in months. Okay. Fortress of Solitude display, and not sure if I want to tackle making ice walls. Yeah. I mean, making the crystals, I don't know. I guess it depends on how you go about it, right? I think you could probably get a lot of the look just by, having foam, like maybe even half-inch like this, and just have them like on the side like that, cut them kind of jaggedly and just stagger them weirdly like that. You could, you have a wall, but you get what I'm saying. You don't have to actually carve the crystals out. It just depends on what you want to get into. Once you start painting it all white and throwing on, if you get snow effects or something like that, it'll come together. Vasco Toys, which you've probably seen some of his reels. He's been doing some pretty cool ones, but he's going crazy. He's like, 3D printing the crystals I'm sure he designed in CAD somewhere. And then on top of that, doing more traditional diorama stuff. Okay, well, that part is done. Even though I'm going to cover all these right here probably with trim. Let's take a look at that. Vasco does some crazy cool stuff, but he's got the workshop and tools to make it look easy. I've got a butter knife and a bad attitude. Yes. Largo, that is very true. Vasco is a cool example too, because he started out with basically, just like I did, right? You start with no tools. I mean, these were my tools when I started. And now I have like 7 hot wire cutters and 6 3D printers. And you can see how much of that I'm using right now. So, but yeah, he's really grown a long way doing a bunch of stuff. So it's kind of neat. Did you get any nifty Christmas swag? Not really. Not really. I mean, I got a few gifts and stuff, but no swag this year, really. Nope. I bought a grow tent for vegetables. I have a small little one that I've been growing like lettuce and some herbs and stuff in, like, basil, dill. And I really like the idea of having the indoor garden. So Amazon accidentally sent me 2 grow lights when I ordered one and let me keep the second one. So I was like, well, now I guess I need a tent for that. So I found one on, special for holidays. It's a small one. It's only like 2 foot by 2 foot, but yeah, that's been fun. Hi, it's me. Got some headphones. Yeah, headphones are always good. Also got vinyl from my favorite artist. Yeah, that sounds nice. Largo got some Valaverse Commandos and Day of the Dead Sidewinder. Oh, because of slow shipping. Ed's gonna be flocking everything. You gotta watch Ed with his flocking sometimes. Hey, Random, what did you end up doing with those crates you were working on? Are you talking about these crates, Michael Dumas, or are you talking about these crates? The hella dope ones, or the just my, because I was doing some of these last week. Hella dope. Michael, I'm currently trying to figure out what I'm going to do with those at the moment. And I'm not exactly sure. I will probably be talking to Ted again pretty soon, and when I do, I'm going to discuss what we're doing with that. I have some ideas, and I know that he's kind of like stepping back for a little bit, trying to figure out what he's doing. I'm not 100% sure. So I don't know what the direction is, but I will sell them at some point because I made them all already. So I'm gonna sell them at some point. One way or the other. Let us know. I will, Michael, and thank you for your patience on the on waiting on them. I really wanted Dr. Pepper right now. Yeah, you know, sometimes that happens. It's really funny how that works, the psychology of it, but Eduardo's influence has definitely made me crave Dr. Pepper a few times. I had one, like, I don't know, a few months ago, and I haven't had one in very many years before that, but Eduardo always has Dr. Pepper on my mind now. They look super cool. I love the first ones you did. Thank you, Michael. I mean, I will make more crates at some point too. These were a lot of work, actually, because I don't know how many of them I have. I have a lot. I think I have 50. Make a pot of coffee and enjoy the insomnia, or make tea and wish I was drinking coffee instead. I mean, there are some black teas that have pretty decent caffeine content. It's not as much as coffee, but I guess if you're used to coffee all the time, it's not gonna quite do it for you. I have been drinking a little bit more coffee again, and it's now making it to where I don't feel the caffeine from the Earl Grey tea quite that much anymore, because without drinking the coffee midday, that Earl Grey tea actually had enough oomph for me to like perk up from it. It still does, but just not quite as much. My coffee addiction is so bad, I'm thinking about the coffee I'm going to make in the morning. You just like dreaming all night about getting up and making coffee. Yeah, I mean, I used to drink like, I don't even know how many pots a day, but that pretty much stopped when I had some blood sugar issues, although coffee doesn't do anything specifically to your blood sugar. It does make your response to, if you have a low blood sugar, it makes it feel worse because your adrenal response is much higher when you're drinking coffee. And it used to make me feel like crap, so I stopped intaking 3 or 4 pots a day or whatever the heck I was drinking. Got a new coffee maker for Christmas? That's cool. Where the heck is the glue? Oh, there it is. Can't pair coffee cake with tea. It's in the name. I mean, I don't know, man. Oh, dude, I bought this mix, this cake mix from, Wally. And it's the one with the K, like crustas or something. I don't know, man, but it was like the cinnamon crumble cake stuff. Yeah, I had to literally hide a couple of pieces in my closet because my mom was gonna eat the whole thing. But it's this stuff, dude, and it was pretty easy to make. I think it was just a little oil, a little egg, and this stuff is delicious. That little cinnamon crumble. A lot of sugar though. That's gonna be post-stream snack for sure. At least one piece. I'll do one piece. Yeah, that's it, Ed. Yeah, that cinnamon cake mix is good. I'm gonna try some of their other ones too, for sure. Is a napkin. Oh my goodness. Big mess over here. Could I have some? I mean, if you were here, you could have a piece. The banana bread is good for a quick, easy one without waiting for bananas to overripen. I sometimes do the Pillsbury quick bread. I don't usually do the banana. They have a pumpkin one, and that's actually, it's pretty good. It's got to be cold though. It's one of the few things that's weird. It doesn't taste good hot. So I mean, at least room temperature is fine. The bomb diggity. Wow, I haven't heard that in a long time, Largo. I do like banana bread, though. There's no doubt about that. So, I don't know, maybe Ed's watched it. Maybe some of the people that don't comment have watched it. But this is actually like a rebuild of the diorama. Like, this is a Detolf size joint that I did probably a couple of years ago. And it was I did a YouTube video on it. And I don't know, it's, you know, for one of my videos, it did okay. I think it had like 10,000 views on it or something. So, yeah, it's the one that's got like, you know, Deadpool standing in front of it. Now, on that one, I took some of the pieces and I totally cut them out and pushed them forward to give it like depth. But I think what I'm going to do this time is I'm just going to take some scrap and cut some blocks out and glue it on there instead, and see if I can achieve the same effect without having to saw through the whole dang thing, which I used to do a lot. I used to cut bits out and break things off like that, but I don't think it's necessary. So we'll see if it looks just as good. I bet you it probably will. Should I have iced or hot coffee tomorrow? Well, it depends on the temperature. Depends on the temperature. I mean, if it's like 60s, I would say hot. Well, it's not like exactly cold or anything. But if it's like 90 degrees outside, you don't want hot coffee. Ed stands firm. Hot coffee is always better. I mean, I say that, you know, it's like I never drink iced coffee. I only drink hot coffee. So my brain is like, my mouth is talking without my brain thinking too much because I'm doing something. I've had iced coffee in the past, but we'll go back to the argument again. I would rather have iced tea probably. Although iced coffee is good. I just never really make it. With a partial arch on the side, but I don't have a place to put it. Yeah, Largo, that sold today, actually. You're talking about this guy right here. I'm going to try and remake it, although, honestly, what I sold it for, which is, you know, I'm glad it sold, and I appreciate the person who bought it, but this is a lot of carving. Like, all these rocks are all, you know what I'm saying? Like, this wasn't like just, you know, make some bricks. I had to carve every single little piece on here to get it to line up. So, now that the original sold, I'm going to estimate recreation again, and I'm going to put it up again for sale, you know, when I'm done with that. And I don't know how that's going to work. I don't know. I'm gonna play with the price a little bit, or I'm gonna play with the methodology I use for making it to maybe make it a little bit easier. We'll see. That was one of my favorites though when I did it, because that was probably, I mean, not probably, because I did other stuff like that, but experimenting with carving the rocks more instead of just doing flat faces. All this still has to be carved, and the sides, and then textured. And then I gotta put straps on the door. But I think I'll probably paint the brown on the door first. I used to put everything on there, but it's a pain to paint the black iron straps. And it's a pain to do the dry brush for the door around the straps, because the brush can't flow evenly over those spots. So finish the door first, dry brush, add the iron straps and the rivets. And yeah, I know we're later than normal, right? 1:12 already. Yeah, see, I'm actually busy. A great aesthetic with the individual stone details. Thank you. Yeah, I think so. Years ago, I originally had that up for something like 120, and it didn't sell. You know, it just sat there for a few months or maybe longer, and it did not sell. So I was like, you know what? I'm doing like a little bit of a clean out. I'm getting rid of some of the older stuff, and just seeing where prices will move for things. And things that are selling, I'm gonna rebuild and probably post up again. I am gonna redo that one, and I'll just see. The only thing that I was thinking about really changing with it is it's a little bit small. So you could see like the base size of it in comparison to this. It's cool, you know. It works with like a legend or something. It just looks like a small door, right? But because when I originally made it, as I just pulled his leg off, this Figma Link was the figure I used most of the time for pictures and stuff at that time frame, and he's a little bit shorter, so it kind of fits. It could work either way, right? It's like a rustic door, so it could be a short cottage door for someone taller, or, you know, a normal size cottage door for short length. I mean, Old Man Logan, he's actually pretty short, so it kind of works too. But it would look goofy with 1/10 scale, but 1/12 looks fine. This piece right here, yeah, doing this arch thing and then putting that over here with something, you know, I did arches, but not broken like that. And some of the other stuff was like adding these extra separate rocks, then gluing them on the top to kind of give it more of an organic look. Yeah. Yeah, I like this one. You can even see like the stone is not just gray. I did like some kind of greenish thing, some kind of like what's the word I'm looking for here? Terracotta. Alberto, what's going on, man? Folks don't appreciate the amount of time it takes to carve all those details. I keep threatening to do something similar for my monster force, but I don't have the time or patience at the moment. Yeah, it's just one of those things, Largo. It's like, me too, right? If I have the patience to just wait long enough to leave it up for however long it takes to sell at that price, it will sell. Like, it would have sold at 120 over the course of, you know, some point in a year. Someone would have said, "Ooh, I really want that," and bought it. But back then I was putting things up, and then I started really doing more with the videos and focused on making videos for income instead of you know, for a little cash flow to keep things going instead of selling dioramas. And I'm kind of not feeling that anymore. It's not working as well, number one, but also, I don't know. It's a whole thing, right? But I do like making stuff, and so I'm going to probably, we'll see, this is random diorama, do a little bit of time of making some stuff, putting some new things up, restocking the old stuff that's sold. You know, I guess at the time I just stopped thinking it was worth the time, really, because, you know, like you said, it's difficult to make a reasonable wage. I'm not saying I only do things for money. It's got to be for money, but, you know, I can make a few projects here and there as a hobby, but if you're doing it 20, 30, 40 hours out of the week and you're not making enough money for it to sustain itself and to, you know, maybe have a little extra pocket change, it gets tiresome pretty quick. You need a little motivation sometimes. That, and I'm poor. But I'm not totally poor, but I'm broke. So, close to broke anyway. Do you ever take commission work? Does it help when you have a focused project to work on? So, Largo, I haven't taken commission work in a long time. And, you know, when I was doing well with videos, especially the Amazon videos, I was just focusing my time on that. And I'm like, you know, random diorama. So it takes, like, a certain type of customer. I don't know how to put it. I like a customer that lets me gives me kind of free reign over stuff. And that's not fair to everyone. And I'm being a little bit of a diva there, so that's fine. I get that. I do think this, if I could do what I'm doing right now and it works, is kind of ideal, where I come up with some designs and then people can purchase them and then I will build them. But, you know, occasionally I might do, like, I'm not totally against it. It depends on the project and the vibe a little bit. But yes, in the past, commission work is good for that. You get ideas that aren't things you necessarily would have thought of, and you get to experiment on this subject matter maybe that you know, and it's being funded. And of course, you know, the other person gets something very customized to what they want usually, and that's a good thing. I've mostly had good experiences with doing commissions for people, honestly. I'm just I don't know. I'm an early stage curmudgeon. Ed, have you fallen asleep yet? I'm probably messing with Ed's sleep schedule right now doing this. He's like, good God, is he just going to keep going? 122. Get off my lawn. Yeah, no kidding. I'll probably be wrapping up here shortly, Ed. No matter to me. Okay, cool. I probably will, though, anyway. If I wanted a mad scientist lab evil layer interior, would that interest you? Yeah, possibly, Largo. I like doing stuff like that, actually. DM me on Instagram, like, a description of what you're thinking, and if you can get a couple of reference photos, doesn't have to be exactly what you want, you know, but just like the vibe, maybe, you know, you like this, just a few reference photos for some idea generation. That would be cool. And we can see what comes out of that. I mean, I kind of feel like I already have most of the stuff to slap together a mad scientist lab, but it depends on like what kind. Know the dimensions, yeah, that's important. Beasties and baddies that need a dust-resistant home. Yeah, dust is a pain in the butt. Sounds good, man. Hit me up. I guess I could go ahead and texture the sides of this thing. You know what's crazy about this is I intended to do painting on this stream. I didn't even do any painting. I have this whole one here that we've been working on. It's this dungeon room, little simple dungeon room diorama. That just basically needs some paint. It's pretty good, actually. I need to do the straps on this door, too. You've done sci-fi lab for when the aliens tear out someone's chest. Yeah, that's true. I have that med bay. I forgot about that med bay. Tech stuff and stonework is the vibe I'm digging. Thank you. Retro Hammer Horror meets Flash Gordon. Yeah, that med bay is covered in catwalk playset parts right now. Yeah, that's cool. I still, one day, Ed, I still want to make like some more of the green stained popsicle stick station wagon sci-fi looking stuff. That was just too funny. We'll see. The 1970s at its best, right? That puke green station wagon, everybody knows it if you're, 70s or 80s kid. No seatbelts, bouncing around in the back, making faces at cars as they pass by. Man, it's like I actually have quite a bit of stuff to do, but I am going to help someone move tomorrow morning. So I probably should go to sleep. But I know me. After these streams, I'm wound up for like an hour. I drive Ed nuts every time like we were done streaming. I just start like messaging him. So, okay guys. We've been going for longer than usual. Let me see, how long? I don't know, because this thing is screwy. Probably close to 2.5 hours would be my guess. So it's 1:30 a.m. I hope everyone had a fantastic holiday. I hope everyone has a great weekend. Thanks everyone for hanging out. Thank you for everyone that is a channel member. I greatly appreciate you guys supporting me. It makes it a little bit easier for me to continue doing this, like, mentally, honestly. So thank you to all my channel members. Thank you to everyone that comes and hangs out as well and chit chats. That's absolutely crucial as well. Very nice to have some conversation as opposed to me falling asleep. Although I was pretty fired up today because I got into the groove. Hope everyone is here again next week and has a fantastic week. And I'll see you guys soon. I'm done for the night, man. I am done. Hi, it's me. It's a wrap. I'm going to watch, I don't know, something and continue to work on another diorama. Take care, everyone.